Hello, and after a long absence, welcome back to the Angry Football Podcast. My name is Ronan Marr,
My name is Adam Dunn.
and we're recording today from a secret location 20 kilometres southwest of a disused shed in County Wexford.
Don't give it away.
Oh, whoops.
No.
Anyway, it's over. The Premier League season has finally come to a close. The highs, the lows, they've all season been building up to this.
The lows, the lows, the
low
lows.
for
the
Adam,
lows.
lots of low. Mainly just lows for Adam.
I was thinking the other day of the amount of highs in the season for Newcastle, and I could count them on one hand.
I think you could just count them with a thumb, to be perfectly honest. But a season that has blown everyone's expectations out of the water, and before 5,000 to 1 Leicester have won the Premier League, leaving.
I'm kind of raging that I didn't put any money on them because I do remember thinking at one stage last summer, I was like thinking because you remember Leicester at the end of last season, they were in the relegation zone, and they just had a really good run of form where they were beating everyone to survive. And I just thought, look, they're beating everyone. Why can't they do that for a whole season? Imagine if they did. Imagine if they took that form into next season. And they did. They did. I'm raging now because I didn't put some money on them.
Last season, I did tip Leicester to stay up in the relegation battle. At the start of the year, after they lost Nigel Pearson due to sex orgies and casual racism, a small bit of group sex and casual racism does tend to destabilize things in a football club. I
could say that.
I didn't think they'd be able to stay up, but I am now currently dining on what is a lovely hash served with some bitter sauce.
A humble pie for
yes.
dessert. It's just been a strange season. I mean, but I'm very happy to see Leicester win it. I mean, it's because one thing we always complain about is just how money has ruined football, and how it's just not fair how teams just can't compete when the likes of Man City and Man United
who have this season apparently spent more money than Leicester have in their history on players, which is absolutely delightful to watch them crash and burn.
Fantastic. You see all these teams like throwing money at big players, and it's just good it's just really refreshing to see a club like Leicester who didn't even spend that much money. Like even with all this new
ownership
money and all this new money coming in from the new Premier League TV deals, like a lot.
I don't think that's going to kick in until next year, which this could poise Leicester to become the new Man United.
Well, though you did kind of see you kind of see the starting of it. You see teams like Stokes throwing big money on like players like Imbula and Shaqiri.
How many Champions League winners do they have? 6 or 7?
A lot. Anyway.
Shaqiri, Imbula, Benissa. That's 3 at least who have won a Champions League playing for Stoke.
Bojan.
So I think if you do look back to the start of the 90s, United won the first Premier League, and that's an era when there was a lot of new money came in to English football.
That's the beginning of the commercial kind of era.
Yeah, and now with this new deal, which is coming in, I think next year, so it'll be the start of next season. Leicester, the current champions, they stand to gain the most of that, and we could see the beginning of a Leicester hegemony in English football. So we're allowed to like them for one more title, but after that, we've to admit that they've become part of the problem, as opposed to a reflection solution.
We'll give them another title.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, how they spend in the summer now. Like, will they bring in lots of players to cope with Champions League football and challenge for the title again, or will they try not to do too much of that? Because it could upset a squad which has done very well and clearly have are like really close and real together. Like you could see all season they were just really fighting for each other.
Exactly. But see, Ranieri doesn't really rotate. Ranieri. I apologize that my Italian is not up to Adam's high standards here. But he didn't really rotate his squad that much this year. It was pretty much the same starting 11 week in, week out. And you look at some of their big money signings before the year, like Gökhan Inler has only played 11 matches this year. And he is a player you'd expect to be the anchor in the midfield. And then N'Golo Kante happened.
There was. you can kind of pick, the starting 11 that may start most of the matches. Casper Schmeichel, Danny Simpson, Huth, Morgan, Fuchs, then Mahrez, Drinkwater, Kante, Albrighton, Vardy, and Okazaki. Yeah.
And what's the top scorer from last season? The Argentinian guy,
Leonardo Ulloa.
Yeah.
He'd come in, he'd be the only player who'd be sometimes rotated for Okazaki. Yeah.
But that's it, really. And
there was no other real player who played a huge amount in their team. They kind of stuck with that 11 from start to finish, pretty much. So.
Well, it's admirable in a way, but you can't continue that sort of dedication to a fixed starting 11,
especially when they have Champions League football next season. They have to rotate.
Now, if you look at the next two teams in the league, Arsenal and Tottenham, they do practice a rotation system. Look at Pochettino; he rotates the wingers, his wing backs and wing forwards.
Yeah.
Sorry, a bit of GA terminology slipping in there.
Well, to be fair, you have the Europa League, and that competition can really
put a drain on the team.
I think it was Harry Redknapp who said that competition was a poison challenge.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
I think
it's a good competition, but it really is tough for teams who are involved.
And the thing is, you have to strengthen your squad, so you need a lot of depth. But that's spending a lot. You have to spend a good bit of money on having squad players.
Yeah.
You can't splash out on some big name signings because the bank will be dry. And I think Spurs are fortunate to have a lot of young players to rotate in.
Yeah.
But going forward, if they get rid of them, I think it could start to be you could get the Europa League effect. The continental hangover will start to kick in.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, if you get into the Europa League and you bring in a load of your squad players for depth, and then if you don't get Europa League or Champions League again the following season, you're going to end up with a really big squad
and a really big wage bill.
And it'll be hard to keep all these players happy and all that.
Exactly. Anyway, let's do a bit of a season review here. We'll go section by section, and we will chart the mesmeric voyages. Is mesmeric even? I'm not sure. I'm coining phrases here.
You're coining phrases. I don't want to say it, but I don't think that is a word. But
well, it is now.
Mesmeric.
Mesmeric is mesmerized by the emotional hardship and the euphoria that has taken place in this Premier League season. We've just done Leicester, and we'll have a look at the two North London clubs coming in second and third in the order that was most heartbreaking to me.
Sorry.
Yeah, seriously, you get relegated, and then you facilitate Spurs, the oldest of Spurs traditions, in inevitably crumbling at the last hurdle.
Well, it was very characteristic of Newcastle to put in their best performance of the season with 10 men after they've been relegated.
And very characteristic of Tottenham to be this close to finishing second in the league, have been second for the past 2-3 months, to blow it all on the last day of the season and let Arsenal finish ahead of them.
All teams.
Of Arsenal. Oh. This, I said, I reckon we weren't going to win the league. Leicester had it. It was we'll be able to finish ahead of Arsenal, and that's something. And you know what? This might just keep Wenger in his job. Not the fact that he finished second, the fact that he finished ahead of Tottenham. I don't know what's more, although that could be a good thing. The longer Wenger stays there, it's probably better for Spurs in the long run.
Well, I do kind of think Spurs did deserve second, because they've played some really good football this season. They're probably the most exciting team to watch with their style of play. They've got a really good young squad. Lots of good English talent. So
definitely pushing for the emergence of Dele Alli and his partnership with Harry Kane. Eric Lamela has finally found his feet. So I've been vindicated after 2 years of standing up for Eric Lamela. And a very solid defence.
Yeah.
They were anchored by the Belgians. And
it helps that Vertonghen and Alderweireld already had a good relationship from their time together at Ajax. So.
Exactly. So just replicating that.
Yeah.
It's good for the future.
Hugo Lloris, a good goalkeeper.
Arsenal maintaining their sort of lackluster performances, lackluster and still finishing second.
Yeah.
But their Arsenal are a strong squad. Like Wenger is no hack
Yeah.
at managing. He's got good, well organized team, but I think they're just missing something.
They're missing. I think they could do with
one standout player,
world class striker
Yeah.
maybe like Giroud. He'd be good for it. He'd be good for a backup player
Yeah.
at that level. But maybe he's not the player who's gonna like score you 20 to 30 goals a season, and he's not consistent enough as well. Like he could do with somebody that's a bit better.
Yeah, and no one really stands out in that Arsenal squad. Well, they got a testament to the squad building.
Yeah,
there.
I suppose you got Ozil and Sanchez, probably the two
star
players there. Yeah,
allegedly there.
A lot of players though, kind of not consistent enough or disappointing. Like I'll say Chamberlain when he was at Southampton, he was tipped to be a big star, and then he went to Arsenal, and I haven't been massively impressed by him. I don't think he's really set the world alight there.
No, well, there are rumours linking him with West Ham. I think he could stand out in that team.
Yeah, that could be good for his career.
Yeah, get a bit more space.
I think Walcott, who's kind of similar to Chamberlain, made this big break at a young age, and just never really reached. Like, he's never really become the world class player that he was tipped to become. Like,
I know he's still quite decent.
He's quite decent.
I think Arsenal, any team would really be lucky to have him. In the squad. But Arsenal's standout player has been Bellerin. Am I pronouncing that right?
We'll say yes.
Avoid the argument. This year he's been phenomenal. In Arsenal's defence, and fair play to him, but a little disappointing when your standout player is your right back.
Your right back, yeah. The rest of the defence isn't great, Mertesacker, who's so slow.
Had it in his heyday. He was a great centre half, but I think he's at the end of his career. I know Wenger specialises in getting players who. They had defective players, then there'd be something wrong with them that other clubs wouldn't want to keep them, and they're getting the best out of them. I mean, it'd be fair to say he's gotten a good lot out of Mertesacker, but I think Arsenal definitely need a bit of an overhaul in terms of their team.
They could do maybe a really good young centre back partner, Koscielny.
John Stones, maybe.
Stones.
We'll see how that happens. Anyway, moving on. So good. Both Arsenal maybe a little disappointed that they didn't win the league this year. Second, not bad. Spurs, I think, third, guaranteed Champions League, probably second best season we've ever had in my memory. Anyway, so there's a lot of positive, absolutely crushing disappointment that we didn't finish second or win the league, but that's part and parcel of being a Spurs fan. Brief bit on the two Manchester clubs. Lots of money. Overwhelmingly disappointing.
I was kind of hoping Man City wouldn't get top four, because just to see how good Guardiola really is next season. You have to manage in the Europa League. He's the kind of manager, he's managed two clubs, Barcelona and Bayern Munich. I mean.
Massive, people say about Barcelona having this great youth ethic. They're still one of the biggest money clubs in Europe, and then you go to Bayern Munich, who are probably the biggest money club in Europe.
And if anything, I kind of think Bayern went a bit backwards under Guardiola. I mean, I know they kind of dominated the German league.
They didn't win the Champions League.
They didn't win the Champions League,
and that was Guardiola he can be considered a failure at Bayern Munich because he was brought in to win the Champions League. And didn't.
Because he replaced Yopankas as manager, and he had just won the Champions League. He did the treble with Bayern Munich, won the league, won the Champions League, and the German Cup. So and he looked like he had a team that had that were set to dominate German and European football for the next few years. Like, the way they absolutely annihilated Barcelona in that Champions League semi-final, like with something like 7-0 over two legs. You just thought, wow, this is the end of Barcelona and the start of a new era with Bayern Munich. But no, they've gone backwards.
Yeah, it's Guardiola brought what he had in Spain over to Bayern Munich, but I think Spain had moved on at that stage.
Yeah,
so he is effectively playing to catch up 2 years behind. But anyway, well, it'll be an interesting season him at Man City.
Yeah.
We don't.
He has a big rebuilding job to do, I think.
Yeah,
there's a lot of.
I'd say Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne are the only two Guardiola massive. I'm doing like the hand inverted commas thing here. Are the only Guardiola type players in that squad. Joe Hart probably as well.
They really need an overhaul in especially in the central midfield area because
was it Fernandinho,
Fernando, and Yaya Toure, who's just so lazy. I mean,
I know.
If you
I know, like Yaya Toure is just he's this epitome of stuff that's wrong with football. Like you have players like Balotelli, who are absolutely horrible in for the money. Then you've Yaya Toure, who has the talent, but is in it for the money, which is almost more distasteful. So I think Guardiola has his work cut out, and now on the red half of Manchester.
The red half of Manchester, where do they go? Like, it's been a strange season for them, because they've thrown so many, they've thrown so much money at players from abroad, but funny enough, a lot of their standout players have been the young players coming through from their academy, like Marcus Rashford, who's been named in England.
Yeah,
we'll get to that later. But he's been one of their standout players
compared to other big money signings. Really haven't worked out for them.
Yeah.
But, so will Louis Van Gaal be there at the end come next year? Or
good question. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go one more season because despite all the complaints of the Manchester United fans, he has gotten them back into the Champions League.
Yeah.
Now they do need to take a step forward from there again, sometime soon because
Van Gaal deserves that opportunity.
Yeah.
So give him another year, see if he can do it. We're moving along quite quickly here because we're going to be talking about the England squad later, and I foresee that conversation lasting quite a while. Anyway, West Ham, fantastic season for them. Now, Dimitri Payet playing well, Aaron Cresswell, incredibly well, Mark Noble as well. So, and fair play to Bilic, though I think Sam Allardyce deserves a lot of the credit as well, which he won't get.
I'm not going to lie, when Pardew left Newcastle last season, I was kind of hoping Slaven Bilic was one of the managers I was hoping we'd get, and he has done an excellent job at West Ham. I think the style of football they've been playing has been very good, and it's been a very good season for them to finish at Upton Park. And then
they're moving to the Olympic Stadium, and all their season tickets are sold out already. So West Ham have got a very favourable deal from the City of London to occupy that stadium. So their overheads that most clubs, let's say Spurs and Chelsea and Arsenal, would pay to operate are a lot lower. They've got a lot of concessions so they can move into the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah, so exciting times for West Ham. Their club is really moving forward. They're buying good players. They've also got a good academy as well. To be fair,
well, that's their slogan. It's the academy of football. So
they do have have some good English talent and some good homegrown players mixed in there as well. So it's exciting times for them, I think.
If they can get rid of the hooligan aspect of West Ham fans, if you say it's gone, we know it's not gone. Just
one thing
what happened to the United bus? Any mention Millwall in that part of London, and you're just asking for trouble.
I did hear one person mention the best thing about West Ham moving into the new Olympic Stadium is that it'll be really hard for their fans to throw missiles at the players on the pitch because the stands are much further away.
Yeah, gotta love them.
Gotta love them.
Gotta love them. Anyone else you want in the top half you want to talk about? So we could rant about Liverpool.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not 100% up to scratch on the order of the top half of the table because for most of the season I've been following the bottom half.
Yeah, well, I think that's our focus has been very much on the top six, which has been changing quite a lot. And then the mid six. And then the bottom six as well. I think it's not the bottom three or the top four. It's the top six, bottom six, and so everywhere in between.
Everywhere else in between. It's like
so look, say Southampton, decent enough season. They've not imploded as everyone predicted when Liverpool bought all their players, and then when Spurs took Pochettino. Sorry about that, Southampton. Liverpool have picked it up a bit under Jurgen Klopp. I think they will be a little more threatening.
Once he gets to sign some more of his kind of players, because he still pretty much been playing with Brendan Rodgers' squad. No.
So we'll see where that goes. No, Liverpool paid too much money for someone rather crap, and
some things will never change.
Exactly. Stoke. Not much we can really say about Stoke.
Stoke, brought in some really good players.
Doing all right.
Mid-table team. Same with Everton.
Everton, I'd have Martinez gonna have to be. They're the disappointment story of this season.
Yeah.
With like the likes of Lukaku, who finally emerging as the next Didier Drogba, as I said many years ago. Finally emerging as the talent that he is, and
Ross Barkley as well.
Yeah, John Stones to be in this team, and then to them absolutely hemorrhage goals.
Yeah,
I'm not being able to put away matches. I don't know. This is what killed Spurs in the end. The fact that they dropped points to Everton, which dropping points against teams they shouldn't be dropping points against.
Everton couldn't beat Sunderland.
Yeah,
like guys, damn it.
Anything to say about Crystal Palace, Adam?
You're probably going to get relegated next season.
See, I'm dangling a massive carrot here for Adam to take a chomp on.
Or starting to see the Pardew effect settle in. Typical Pardew. You'll have a decent start of the club and then it'll all just go downhill. I think Palace are one of the worst teams on form this calendar year.
Yeah, I think they've won one game.
Yeah.
Since January.
Yeah.
I remember when Spurs played them. I think they taught that own goal. Was it their first goal in about 6 or 7 matches?
Yeah.
So
it's
not looking good for Crystal Palace.
They could struggle next season, I think.
Depends. Or they could do a Leicester. See, this is.
I can't see it happening, but
this is the problem.
I'd be raging if Pardew proved me wrong.
This is the problem with Leicester winning the league. We can't. All our predictions are now off and have to be prefaced with, well, they could do a Leicester on it.
They could do a Leicester, or they could at least do a West Ham and challenge for.
Or the reverse is too. They could do a Chelsea.
They could do a Chelsea.
As a bit
rubbish.
Evident. Word on Chelsea, I think Goose Hiddink he hasn't got the permanent position.
No, it's Antonio Conte, who's the current Italian national team manager.
Wasn't he involved in all those drug scandals at Juventus?
Maybe.
Mind you, this is Chelsea, the team that they let go Adrian Mutu when he was found out to have done cocaine. So, well, make of that what you will.
Well, where did Chelsea finish this season? Because
not 100% sure.
I think the previous record for the worst title defense was Blackburn, and I think they finished 7th the season after they won the league.
What they did, I remember Kenny Dalglish became director of football instead of staying on as manager. Now we're going to scroll down here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, 10th, just behind Stoke, but just ahead of Everton's Swansea, actually, who seem to have a really looking to have the worst run in to the season, and then just managed to pull a load of form out of nowhere.
Yeah, they hammered Liverpool. Yeah.
Well done, guys. Well done,
guys. I thought they made a bit of a mistake selling their best player to us.
Yeah, John Joe Shelby.
Look who's laughing now.
Shows what we know about football.
Yeah.
Make a word for Watford. Good season.
Yeah. They're probably. I kind of did think, of all the teams that were promoted, they're probably ones that are best equipped to survive because they had all those being owned by the same people who own like Udinese in Italy, like, and they own a team in Spain as well. I think Granada.
But they keep swapping players between them. So
Watford probably had the best squad in the championship last season. They had actually a lot of international players in the championship,
and they did well to stay up. So well done to Watford. I think 1 or 2 signing, they should be fine to stay up next year. Now we're going on to the bottom 4 grouping.
Damn it!
So as we said with Aston Villa, worst squad in the league. We've been saying this since we started. No, Norwich, I thought we're going to get relegated as well. They're not from lack of trying, but
just lack of good players. They kind of have a championship standard.
And I think they bought Naismith from Everton and then just didn't play him.
Yeah.
And I thought, this could be something to keep Norwich up. And if I'm perfectly honest, I forgot Norwich were in the Premier League quite a few times this year.
they're anonymous.
Didn't make a lasting impact on it, so probably best that they went down. And now we move on to the Northeast. Big Sam Allardyce. Big Sam. Great Sam. Good Sam Allardyce.
You can stop that.
Didn't he bring in a lot of good players when he was at Newcastle as well?
Maybe.
He did buy Joey Barton, didn't he?
He did bring Joey Barton. To be fair, was a good player.
And he was coming back to the Premier League, mind you, with Burnley.
So I think he won their player of the season award as well. So
good man, Joey. We'll see you soon.
He's a bit of a loose cannon, but at the end of the day, he has lots of passion. He'll fight for your team, and he's a good leader. Really.
Bit of a joker as well.
Bit of a joker, but
Sunderland. We have Jermaine Defoe, an absolute revelation for Sunderland.
He's been the key for them. The main difference between Newcastle and Sunderland has been a really experienced Premier League goal scorer. Like our top scorer this season was our midfielder Wijnaldum with 11 goals.
Which isn't bad.
But we didn't have a striker who was like you'd really want a striker who's going to score at least 15 goals a season really to keep you out of trouble really. And Sunderland have that in Defoe. Like they took a chance on him because when he went to the MLS, like it looked like his career is just going to finish out there, and they took a chance on him bringing him back. And I hate to say it, but it's paid off for them, and
massively.
He probably deserves an England call. But again, we'll get to that later.
And now we thought who were Sunderland's centre halves? I think John O'Shea and Jonas Cabal, who are collectively as mobile as a fridge in a lump of concrete. So Sam, however you managed to keep that together, well done.
It's been strange.
And then Newcastle.
Well, the key thing with us, I think, is Rafa Benitez. Will he stay or will he go?
He's tempted to stay.
He actually said after the match against Tottenham that his heart is saying yes, but he just wants to, talk things through with Mike Ashley and the Newcastle board to make sure that that everything is right in the setup. Like he wants to stay at Newcastle, but he just wants to be sure that he'll be given the freedom and control to build a team that will come straight back up and do well in the Premier League. But there has been suggestions that the Newcastle board are willing to change and allow him to do that. Like no manager has been allowed to do it, but they're willing to do that to keep Benitez maybe. So I am actually quite optimistic about keeping Benitez,
and I think maybe
that's going to have a knock-on effect with the rest of the squad. Like if Benitez stays, a lot of the players will think, well, if Benitez is staying,
the likes of Andros Townsend, John Joe Shelby,
maybe even Wijnaldum,
we'll see.
There's still some players who I expect will leave, like Sissoko, who is a bit of a disappointing player. Like he's too inconsistent. Like I say, he'll leave. He was named in France's 23-man squad for the Euros, so he
probably doesn't
high opinion of himself.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play championship football.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's one of the players who's has gotten us relegated because we've been relying a lot on him, and he just hasn't performed. So I expect him to leave, but I won't be too disappointed with that.
And I think perhaps if Benitez might be able to he clearly got the best out of Andros Townsend.
Yeah.
John Joe Shelby maybe shouldn't have been made captain.
He was made captain by McLaren, and I think that kind of he wasn't able to deal with the pressure of that. I think he was playing really well up to that, and then his form just dipped massively. He was playing so well that McLaren think, oh, he's so good, and need to make him manager in the absence of Colaccini, who's injured, and it was a bad decision.
That backfired on you, mate.
Yeah. But
I do remember you telling me when Benitez came in that it was Shelby who was so impressed he called all the players in on their day off.
Yeah.
So I think Shelby should stay around. Might probably stay, considering he's only been there 6 months. The same with Townsend.
And they signed 5.5-year contracts.
Yeah, so there's you won't be able to buy himself out of that.
But I think in Townsend's case as well, like he was kind of stuck playing in the Tottenham reserves, and Newcastle kind of saved his career a bit. Like we had a fight. We had a fight with one of the physios, and that Pochettino's no nonsense on this. He got rid of him, which was a pity for me. I did like Andros, but I'm going to have to take Poch's side on this and go, if he causing trouble, get out. Yeah,
and he did want to leave. The same with Aaron Lennon, who wanted to leave to get more game time so they could be available for an England call up.
Yeah,
which he's got.
To be fair, Newcastle, they took a chance on him. Like, he hadn't played all season, but they took a chance on him. He came in pretty really well, and now he's been named in England.
Which leads us on to lovely segue onto the England call-ups.
The England call-ups,
which has been. Look at this. Here are
Is this a provisional squad or?
This is the 23-man squad. Oh, Hodgson said he would like to tell the 23 players who have made the final squad after the game against Australia.
Okay, so this isn't the 23 man.
No, but I think it's going to be a close indicator anyway. Yeah. So goalies, Joe Hart.
You usually take 3 goalkeepers. To a tournament, so these goalkeepers will stay.
Yeah, Joe Hart, Fraser Forster, and Tom Heaton. Burnley, who plays for Burnley, and the winners of the championships. So.
Yeah, they're in the Premier League now. I suppose that Jack Button's getting injured in that friendly against Germany, so he probably would have been in there. So but still, it's a good set of goalkeepers for England. I'd have Forster starting. Yeah, ahead of Joe, even though Joe Hart's been playing phenomenal this season. Now we look at the defenders. We got your usual suspects: Gary Cahill, Chris Smalling, who are probably going to be the starting pair. John Stones. Good to have him in the squad. Kyle Walker, Ryan Bertrand, right backs, I believe. Bertrand, right or left? Left, and then Danny Rose is left as well, and Nathaniel Klein, right. So you got 2 left backs there, 2 right backs. Not bad. Oh, yes, 3 centre backs. That'll probably be those defenders will probably all make it. I can't see him dropping any defenders. I'd make a case for Aaron Cresswell of West Ham. Brady's had a phenomenal season. Yeah. But you see the 2 left backs in Bertrand and in Rose. You have 2 great left backs there, and it's really unfortunate for him not to make the squad, I think. Well, I'd be annoyed if Luke Shaw had been called up, having missed most of the season through injury. Like, he's a good player, but if he was in there, he'd be in there just because he plays for Man United. I know. But I'm glad to see 2 very good left backs who've gotten in on merit. That's good. Now, midfield is, a lot of players. Dele Alli, fantastic season. Ross Barkley, 2 young, bright players. So we have Fabian Delph. He's quite anonymous for Man City this year. Yeah, he's played the odd game, but whenever he's played, he hasn't really impressed. Really, I'm not. I was just about to say that he should have stayed at Villa, but should he have? But again, I think he's getting in there just because he plays for Man City. I think Mark Noble probably deserves to get in there ahead of him. Eric Dyer for Spurs. Good season. Good enough season. Great partnership with Dembele. But he was right back when he came to Spurs, and then Poch played him centre half, and then this season he's been a holding midfield player. So quite versatile. There's that versatility, because you look at the defenders there, they only have 3 out and out centre backs.
And Dyer can
play there if you need. Yeah. And like he's one of the only like real out and out defensive midfielders that they have as well. So they kind of need that. Like I'd like to see him in there, alongside Barkley and Ali. So that would allow those two to get forward and attack.
Danny Drinkwater absolutely deserved call up after a great season for Leicester. Remains to be seen if he'll be played now, but definitely deserves to be in the squad.
Yeah.
We have the Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson, who I think Adam has a special place in his heart for being both a Liverpool and a former Sunderland player.
Scumbag. Again, Mark Noble probably deserves to be in there ahead of him.
Henderson's decent enough though. He's a Liverpool player I'm willing to give a break to.
Yeah.
So
he has had a lot of injury problems this season though. So who would you pick ahead of him though? Like
I'm not 100% sure. Is the thing. So
Mark Noble ahead of Delph maybe.
Yeah, but Henderson is a safe bet. I think he's a
safe bet.
He's a known quantity, and I think if I was England manager, say, "Oh, you have to have Jordan Henderson at least on the bench," I'd go, "All right, I guess."
Experience. The only other player who I could think of who I'd like to have in their midfield is Southampton's James Ward-Prowse. But again, he's very young and inexperienced at international level, so it would probably be a big risk bringing him in at this stage.
Adam Lallana?
I
remember, I think 1 or 2 podcasts ago, I went on a mad rant about how anyone who thought Adam Lallana was anywhere decent this season was clearly out of their minds.
Well, I think he's starting to find a bit of form.
Stepped up quite a bit now. So
and he is a good player. Like he's a good creative midfielder, and you need a bit of that in your team. Yeah. So like if you look through it, England team, there's a lot of midfielders in there who you describe as workman-like players. So you do need a bit of a flair player, a bit of good technical ability.
James Milner has been included as well. It hasn't been a standout season for Milner at Liverpool, but I think he's definitely one of the most experienced players in this squad.
Versatility as well. Yeah. Like he'll play anywhere. And he'll always put in a good shift.
Yeah, so I think particularly with so many young players in this England squad, like if we look at this midfield, it's very youthful. So I think maybe the inclusion of Milner is necessary as an experienced part of that setup.
Yeah, I'm just glad he hasn't gone overboard with bringing in like experienced players. Like I'm glad Michael Carrick isn't in there.
Yeah. Remains.
You still need a bit of experience at the same time. Like
Raheem Sterling, probably a necessary call for him.
We don't like his character, but he is.
I think Sterling and Townsend here are the only wingers. Henderson can play wing, but is Drinkwater central.
Midfield, yeah.
So, we'll get on. There's quite a number of forwards have been picked as well. So if anything, England are looking to play 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But Jack Wilshere's been included, and now Adam, correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't Jack Wilshere spent most of the season at home on his couch watching Grey's Anatomy because he's had a broken leg?
Grey's Anatomy or EastEnders, maybe. Yeah,
what does he secretly harbour a desire to play for West Ham? You heard it here. Jack Wilshere to West Ham confirmed. You heard it here first, people.
He probably likes us talking smack about West Ham.
Yeah.
Although not as much as he likes talking smack about Tottenham.
Oh, don't get me started. So Wilshere is an interesting inclusion. He mightn't be fit.
Yeah, he is a good player though. Like if he was fit, I probably would have him in.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
He is a good player. Like.
Now we're going to move on to the forwards. First pick is England captain Wayne Rooney.
Does he deserve to be there?
You can't really not bring your captain.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit of an own goal there for England. With Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy. Sturridge
really deserves. Sturridge, he's been injured a good bit this season, but when he has played, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sturridge's work ethic.
But he's probably one of the most skillful and fastest strikers England has. So you need a bit of that for a bit of variety. And he just give you that something special in your team. Like
the surprise inclusion is Marcus Rashford.
Look, he's been fantastic when he has played for Man United this season. Like he's really had a bit of a breakthrough season. When Man United have really lacked a quality striker, he's kind of stepped up from the the under 21s.
But
it's a bit premature, I think.
Like if we look at Harry Kane, it's like last year's phenomenon as well. He hasn't really come into the England squad until this year.
Yeah.
And I think it's more a case of, he's a good player for United. He has to be picked.
Kane is starting to prove that he's consistent as well. Like he's not just a one-season wonder. Like he's been playing really well for a good while now. Rashford, like he's had one season where he hasn't been playing like all season. Like
he's the second half, mainly.
Yeah, second half, and he's kind of come in, play games here and there. But he's just in there because he's playing for Man United. Like
one for the future, maybe.
One for the future, definitely. He is a big talent, but
this is provisional, so he might make it to the final squad.
Yeah.
So this is a 26-man squad, so we're going to see three
players drop
from the squad after
probably him.
We'll probably see Rashford get dropped.
He's got the other four strikers. Like four strikers is plenty.
England they play a 4-2-3-1, don't they?
Yeah.
So
sometimes 4-4-2
maybe as well.
But yeah, it's.
So it'd be unnecessary to have 5 strikers.
It does mean he's going to be on the emergency
list.
On the
emergency call-up list.
Yeah, so
if we're looking for people to get dropped, I'd put Rashford, Wilshere, and
Delph.
Yeah, probably Fabian Delph.
Yeah.
But it'll be Kane, Vardy, and Dele Alli that'll get dropped.
I can see Townsend getting dropped because he played for Newcastle. But yeah, I mean, we talked about how there's way too much pressure put on young English players, and that's why like they never do well. And like this is just a perfect example of it. Marcus Rashford had one good breakout season, immediately thrown straight into the England squad. And especially like if there was nobody else to call upon, you'd say right, fine, fair enough. But there are like
Defoe.
You've got Defoe, who's been fantastic. Troy Deeney, who's had a good season at Watford. Even Andy Carroll, who's kind of good form.
That's pushing it.
That's pushing it, but
that's pushing it a lot.
He still scored like 10 goals this season. Despite all his injuries.
Yeah.
And he has played for England before as well, so there is.
What happened to Ricky Lambert? He went to Liverpool, that was it.
He's a West Brom now. Hardly played
all season.
Yeah.
And when Charlie Austin injured
a good bit, yeah.
Is Danny Ings still a QPR? Or
he went to Liverpool and he's been out all season with an injury as well.
So I think the lesson here is don't go to Liverpool.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
it is. Rashford, there are players I have ahead of him.
So maybe it's just a call up for the Australia game, and we'll see him dropped. So I hope he doesn't, almost for his own good, not be included here.
Yeah,
now, he could go on to score a load of goals in this tournament, and then desperately spend the rest of his career trying to live up to that. But,
like we do see, a lot of the good English players who are like hyped up and just like never live up to the hype. But like you compare that to like Harry Kane, and Harry Kane's been fantastic, but he hasn't had the same amount of hype around him. Like he's
been a Spurs player.
Yeah, he's kind of been quietly come up and quietly gone about his business. Like he's got his head down. He's worked hard. He hasn't been like involved in like stupid off the field antics, like
group sex and casual racism.
Group sex, casual racism, smoking, Jack Wilshere.
Getting drunk and falling asleep in the pavement in some sort of Spanish resort. I'm looking at you, Jack Grealish.
Yeah, I think something similar happened to Danny since as well.
Happened to Andy Carroll? He got into a fight. Sorry.
He's got into a few fights. He got arrested once when he was at Newcastle as well.
Yeah,
as part of his rehabilitation, he had to live with Kevin Nolan.
You say that as a punishment, I can imagine. So what are we doing tonight, Kevin? We're playing Sabutio.
I just imagine them like sitting down on the couch with popcorn watching a movie or something like.
No, it's it's some really boring documentary. Like they're watching like a Grand Design box set or something. It's like, wow, that insulation's really going to save them a lot of money, isn't it, Andy? Just see Andy Carroll
just sitting there, please kill
me. He's not even watching Grand Design. He's just staring at the wall because anything is better than a night in with Nolan. Anyway, we're sorry, Nolan. You're a nice guy.
Not gonna lie though, I would take Andy Carroll back now.
after this season.
Yeah.
But now, team of the year, Adam.
Team of the year.
So considering the England team, we've just discussed a lot of good English players, but we'll do our Premier League team of the year. Goalkeeper.
There'll be a few contenders here for me. Like, I think in the official Premier League team of the year, David De Gea won. And to be fair, he's been probably one of Man United's standout players, which says a lot.
I'm gonna be a little hipster here and give it to Aurelio Gomez.
Wow, that's very hipster.
I think. I'd say that Gomez's performances and contributions have mattered more to Watford.
Yeah.
And so that him performing at such a high level has meant a lot more to them than De Gea performing at such a high level for United or Heart or anything.
Well, I do remember when Newcastle, we played Watford 3 times this season, twice in the league and once in the FA Cup. And in all 3 matches, we absolutely battered them. And in all 3 matches, we lost because we just could not get past Aurelio Gomez.
So I think it's deserved.
But I'm going to be a bit different as well. I'm going to say, just be different to you. I'm going to say Hugo Lloris because Tottenham have been, for me, they've been the standout team in the league. I mean, I know Leicester have won it and they've grabbed all the headlines with their the underdogs and all, but Tottenham, I think, have played the best football and have probably been the most exciting team. And going forward, with all their young players, they'll probably be the best team in it. So and Lloris has been excellent in goals for them. So
centre halves.
I'm going to stay with Tottenham and I'm going to give one place to Alderweireld.
Yeah, because I'm in agreement there.
For me, he's more than just a defender. Like his long balls from the back have been.
Sorry, his cultured passes.
He's almost like a deep line playmaker. Like
he's a proper sweeper. He's there. He's pulling strings. He's distributing the ball. He's doing very well.
But he is very good defensively as well.
And our second one, I'm going to give to Huth. Robert Huth signing this permanent signing this time for Leicester. I think. We want either Huth or Morgan, and I'm
going to give it to Morgan.
Okay, we'll just go Leicester centre half. Yeah, and Alderweireld in there.
Alderweireld, yeah.
So wing backs.
Okay, right back.
Kyle Walker for me. There's very little contest in my mind for this. Or I did say Bellerin.
I'm going to annoy you and go with Hector Bellerin.
It's between those two. I'm not going to deny. I said it earlier. He's Arsenal's standout player.
Yeah. So and he's very young. He has a very bright future.
Left back.
There are a few contenders here for me.
Aaron Cresswell for me goes in there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with Cresswell.
Yeah, so we agree Cresswell's our left back.
Just to be different, he's really underrated.
So now midfield.
We're going with a 4-4-2.
4-4-2.
Okay,
tradition.
Central midfield. I'm going to go N'Golo Kante because he's just unstoppable. Like nobody can get past him this season. Like a large part of Leicester's very good defensive record has been down to him because Wes Morgan and Robert Huth have both been fantastic, but they're both quite old and they're not the most mobile. So Kante gives him that defensive mobility. Like he provides the kind of the pace in defense and covers them.
And for the other central midfield, I'm going with Dele Alli. No, absolutely.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Signed from MK Dons, been on loan back to them for a year, and he's just been sensational in his first season in the Premier League.
He's kind of got a bit of everything. Like he's big and strong, but he's also fast. He's skillful. He's a good playmaker as well. Like his passing is excellent.
He's a proper all-round midfielder.
He's a perfect example of kind of like the new breed of modern central midfielder, who can just do everything. I'm going to compare him to Paul Pogba. In that, he can kind of do everything. Yeah. Like he's like one of these new young central midfielders who can just do everything. He'd be a good defensive midfielder or a good
proper
midfielder,
box-to-box sort of player.
Yeah.
And wingers, I think Mahrez gets an
contest. Yeah.
His record speaks for himself. And the other spot,
Payet.
We'll go Payet. There's been sensational for West Ham, and I'm giving a lot of credit to West Ham, but it's been a great season. Then Payet deserves it.
Yeah.
And I think our strike partnership is Kane and
Vardy. Yeah.
There's no contest there.
No contest.
We mirrored quite a lot the official Premier League Team of the Year.
Yeah.
But
a few little changes
here and there, tweak it.
Like who were overlooked, like Cresswell and
Gomez and the Reese. But I think it's been a season where you can immediately spot the standout players.
Yeah.
And I like including someone from the bottom half of the table to throw in there. Because I think there are players stepping up.
Well, a good player is a good player, no matter what team they're playing for. Like I kind of hate when you're picking teams of the season or you're picking like international squads and players just get in there because they play for a big team.
Exactly.
Players are overlooked.
Like we could include Defoe and Lukaku in because they've been standout in their attacking performances, but they just, like I said with Gomez, I think the contributions that Kane and Vardy have made and that their style of play just edges them. Like Defoe's what saved Sunderland from relegation. So he's a sub number one.
If we were to include a subs bench,
it's all Jermaine Defoe. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so you'll go into honourable mentions.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other honourable mentions you want to
honourable mentions?
Mark Noble, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Important for West Ham's good season.
Ward-Prowse at Southampton. Good season as well. Townsend, I think, deserves a mention.
Yeah.
In that poor old relegated
Newcastle. If Newcastle had survived, we would have been thanking Townsend a lot. He really worked really hard to try and save us.
First half of the season mention goes to Yannick Bolasie.
And then Crystal Palace became rubbish.
Yeah, so if he had kept that up, he would have probably made the subs bench. But anyway, I think that concludes our season roundup and our analysis of the England team. We'll be back for the Euros.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, Ireland going to because it's 3 teams progressing through from the group. Possibly 3. It'd be the top 2, and then I think it's 6 of the 8 best third place teams.
Wait, hang on. There's 6 groups, isn't there?
Oh, there's 6 groups. So
and I think the 4 best third place teams go through.
Okay, so Ireland stand a very good chance.
So there's only 8 teams going out at the group stage.
Yeah, it's because the Euros has increased from 16 to 24 teams this year. So we'll be back with a preview of the Euros, and Ireland's group matches. We'll be doing in-depth analysis of all that from basically the get-go right to the conclusion of the tournament. Even if Ireland won't get knocked out, we're going to win. But
clearly going to win.
All
the way.
But in the unlikely event that we get knocked out, we'll continue our coverage to see the beautiful game being played in its traditional homeland here in Europe. I've been Ronan Marr.
I'm Adam Dunn.
And we hope you've enjoyed the Premier League season as much as I have, not as much as Adam.
I'm looking forward to the Empower Championship next season. Best league in the world. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
And that's all from us. Goodbye.